Well, in the short time since Abigail Spanberger became governor of Virginia, there have been a lot of moves made to shift policies and priorities in a different direction from her predecessor, Republican Glenn Youngkin. And there's one proposal in the Democratic-controlled General Assembly that has now gotten the attention of the Department of Defense or Department of War. 3 bills have been introduced that target the governance and funding at the Virginia Military Institute. And joining us now is retired Colonel Bob Morris with the Cadet Foundation and also a member of the Alumni Free Speech Alliance. Colonel, thank you so much for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay, so for background, those just tuning in, the Pentagon's chief spokesperson posted on social media about one of the bills yesterday, saying the department reserves the right to take extraordinary measures to protect the integrity of VMI, even saying that disrupting that environment could impact national security. Explain to us what was meant by that.
Well, we're opposed to House Bill 1377 and 1374, and the reasons are laid out clearly on our website, but it's very understandable the concern of the Secretary of War's office and indicating the extraordinary measures as the bills proceed. VMI isn't just another public college or university. It's a senior military college under U.S. law. It's got a statutory military role under federal law. And when legislation creates uncertainty around governance or funding, and the primary source of the nation, one of the primary sources of the nation's military officers, authorities have a duty to assess the continuity. But extraordinary measures to us doesn't mean panic. They mean contingency planning, protecting cadets, cadet training, ROTC pipelines, and command authority. The real concern isn't VMI's mission. It's the political instability forcing military oversight bodies to get involved. That's a signal the process itself has gone too far. So we welcome the fair and impartial federal exploration of the issues. In fact, something that's been asked for a long time.
And Colonel, for those who maybe have not been following this developing story, please talk to us about what's in these proposals and why they've been brought forward in the first place.
I can't tell you why they were adopted. They really don't make sense to us. The first proposal is to dissolve the complete Board of Visitors of the Virginia Military Institute and move it under Virginia State University, which is a historically black college and university in Virginia. Ironically, that historically black college wouldn't exist if it wasn't for a VMI alumnus and a Confederate general. So the other one puts forth a study, what they call a study, which isn't actually a study, of whether or not VMI has made enough changes to divest itself of what the bill's proponents call the lost cause. And there's concerns of with both of those.
And from your perspective, your concerns if these bills are allowed to pass, Colonel?
Well, the first one is they establish a dangerous precedent. House Bill 1377 allows the legislature to single out one institution for a politically structured investigation. We could go into hours of why what's in that bill is wrong from a study perspective. But that's the first piece. The second piece is you're trying to take a federal senior military college and move it under another college and university which has no experience with it. It's not a senior military college and really hasn't demonstrated to have the expertise to manage it.
And freedom of speech, you know, this has been such a huge topic on campuses throughout the decades, especially recently. This is all over the country. You belong to the Alumni Free Speech Alliance, which has a chapter on VMI's campus. Could these bills impact student free speech, particularly those at the student-run newspaper?
Yes, it can, and in fact, in the past, it has. One of the biggest casualties of these political disputes is always journalistic free speech. And I want to be clear that the current superintendent, Lieutenant General Furness, has taken great steps to reduce and eliminate that. In fact, I'm meeting with him next week. But under his predecessor, you had students who were threatened for what they wrote. if it was critical of the administration. The Alumni Association had threatened to sue cadets and its own alumni. So it has a very chilling effect. And I think most folks will agree that student journalism these days is more essential than ever for getting the voice of the students in order to speak truth to power, whether or not it's popular or unpopular.
And you, again, are an alumnus of VMI. From your perspective, have you seen changes with the school since the time you left? And in your opinion, are those positive?
I've seen a lot of changes. I think the changes, and I think the data that we have from our own 4 to 5 year study shows that the changes over the past 4 years prior to Lieutenant General Furness taking over have been bad in many respects and a detriment to the schools, why enrollment is down. I would say that from talking to cadets that the changes since Lieutenant General Furness has come in not all areas, but most areas, has been an improvement and a return to meritocracy. And what's going on now is really a distraction against him focusing on what his mission is in running the school.
All right. Retired Colonel Bob Morris with the Alumni Free Speech Alliance, also an alumnus himself of VMI. Thank you so much for joining us here at 2 o'clock, sir.
Thank you very much. Anytime.
All right. And we will keep monitoring that legislation for you. But